All righty. All right. We're live. We're live. Go ahead, E.
Oh, hey, man, I didn't even know we were live. Hey, guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox and the hype man for the Xbox brand and the meanest man on YouTube. I want to thank, first of all, Sega Man 101 for being gracious enough to to allow us to have a little 15-minute conversation about a video we made yesterday called Relooted. Why can't black gamers have anything? And I really want to thank Sega Man for his time. I know he's very busy, man. We got busy lives. I just want to get one thing out there, and I'm sure Sega Man will agree with me, and then I'll have him introduce himself. We are not going to be in the habit, just FYI for your information, we are not going to be in the habit of doing follow-ups to videos. Our opinions for the video Relooted. Why can't black people have anything? We stand by everything we said in the video. I stand by everything I said in my video. I am no longer a member of YouTube. I have to be invited to YouTube via either Sega Man or either Unlimited Production. So I cannot answer your comments. I cannot answer whatever your queries or questions are, right? So we're not going to be doing follow-up videos to every Exile podcast. This is a rare one shot where I have to answer some inaccuracies that we saw in the comments section about 20 hours ago. But with that said, Sega Man 101, my number one with a gun. I call him that because he's always had my back. He's like my enforcer. He's like the Arn Anderson of our four horsemen. Sega Man 101, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, gamers out there in the gaming community, man, especially in the Xbox gaming community. We just want to address something that was in the chat yesterday. We had a good little old podcast yesterday because we're celebrating Black History
History
Month,
Month. And apparently we can't even do that.
and unfortunately we can't even do that. But we like to address something that was in the comment, man. We're black, we're gamers, and we wanted to talk about a game that we wanted to do with Black History Month, man. And
How dare y'all blacks during Black History Month defend a black video game? Like, what? How dare y'all? The audacity.
I know we can't. It's like brother E-Rock, man. We're used to it because we've grown up. We can't do anything or say anything without them having to say something. You know what I mean? That's their insecurities and inferiorities of us, and they always been that way. They've been that way for years. You know what I mean? It's in their blood to be that way, and I know that for a fact. But we can't say anything positive about something that has to do with Black History Month or anything like that. And these days and times, that's just the way some people are today. But me and E-Rock, and we're going to give our opinions about this, and we're going to address this. And I don't care if it takes longer than 10 minutes. If it takes a little longer, that's fine. But, we have to do this because I sent this to E-Rock this morning of what this person said to see what he thought about it. So we're going to address it right now. And Brother E-Rock also did his homework. Now, if you're going to comment in my comment section, in the Exile Podcast comment section, whoever you are, you need to do your homework and your research before you comment, because if you don't, you're going to get called out and then you're going to look really stupid out here. And then when you go back and do your research, you're not going to come back and rebuttal anything because you're going to find out that you were wrong when we say what we have to say. So on that note, brother E-Rock, man, and welcome chat, welcome Ray Wins, welcome, thank you, brother, for coming. Salute to you too, my good brother. Thank you for coming. We're not going to be real long, but we have to address this. We have to address what we were talking about yesterday. But thanks everybody for coming. It won't be long at all, but thank you. But E-Rock, when I sent you in the chat about this guy's opinion about what he had to say about what we were talking about yesterday, what do you think about that, man? E-Rock, you there, brother? Uh-oh. Did I lose E-Rock?
Can you hear me, Sega Man?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you clearly, but I need for you to hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, let me know if I fade out at any time, okay?
Okay.
because I have another page opened on my phone, right?
Okay. All
So
right.
to set up a little context, about what we're talking about. Yesterday we did a video about this game that came out in Game Pass called Relooted, right?
Yep.
And Relooted is this little indie game, a little game by independent studio in South Africa. This game isn't even a triple. It's not a triple. It's not a double A game. I wouldn't even call it a 1A game. It's like one of those little one and done indies that you play and you forget about it, man. Relooted was a game that was not on any of our radar, even though it should have been because it is Black History Month. It's a game by a small Black studio or a small independent studio in South Africa uh, with team members who are African. So it should have been on our radar, but there's so many games coming out this year, so many major games, so many games coming in the Game Pass that, man, it is really hard to keep track of all of this stuff. It really is. You know, Sega Man and I and Unlimited Production are trying to finish like 5 or 6 different games in the last couple of days. And then, bam, we got more stuff coming out like High on Life. So Relooted is a game that came into Game Pass. It's a small little indie game, Sega Man, that wouldn't have been on anybody's radar. It's a game obviously meant for younger audiences. And the premise of it is sometime in the future in Africa, a team of Black people are assembled to break into museums and reappropriate African art that was stolen or culturally or wrongly appropriated by different cultures. So the premise of it is wild because two wrongs do not make a right. You know, just because they stole the art don't mean you got to steal it back. But that's the premise of the video game. That's
Huh?
that's the premise of the video game. Can you hear me, Sega Man?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
That's the premise of the video game. This little indie game, probably meant for kids, right? That would have been, I don't know, maybe forgotten about in a couple of weeks because there's so many games coming in the Game Pass. But the conversation around the game has been, oh well, it's woke, it's woke trash, it's made by Sweet Baby Inc., the consulting firm who consults on diversity, equity, and inclusion in video games. Uh, it's failing on Steam, and well, it's a little indie game. You know, to expect a little indie game like this, yes, there have been indie games that have done great on Steam, that have done fantastic on Steam. But again, that's a conversation for another podcast about how Steam's play numbers are not indicative of if a game is going to do well on Game Pass or people are going to buy the game. Those numbers on Steam are indicative of who on PC who have Steam accounts are playing these games. Now, again, Relooted, a cute little game about a group of African Americans reclaiming African art from its appropriators. A game that went under my radar, a game that would have probably been forgotten about in a couple of days until several YouTubers from Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, and several others decided to make it an issue that this little indie game was a much bigger game than what it was. This big AA release that bombed and failed spectacularly because it's woke. And all we tried to do in our video the other day is dispel all of the nonsense. Dispel all of the nonsense, right? So yesterday, we did our video. Unlimited Production joined us to talk about this little indie game, which we are not defending. We don't need to defend anything that comes in the Game Pass. Game Pass is doing what it's doing. Game Pass is thriving. And kudos to the Xbox brand for doing what they promised and keeping a diverse selection of games coming into Game Pass for everybody. Sega Man. So maybe a game like the Yakuza isn't for you. Maybe a game like I don't know, Final Fantasy isn't for you. Maybe a game like The Gunk isn't for you.
Or a game like
Okay?
High on Life.
or High on Life isn't for you. What's great about gaming is there's something out there that's for you. And so just perhaps for all you guys that are hating on this game Relooted, this game wasn't meant for you. Maybe the South African studio meant for perhaps some children, some American black children to learn about African art and have some fun with a Nickelodeon type video game that I would have never bought. I would have never fucking paid attention to it, right? Maybe it was for them, and maybe Relooted wasn't for me. This is not a case of a game developer taking an already established IP like Star Trek, like Doctor Who, and making it woke or putting black people in it. We've seen that done already by the BBC, by Disney, by Paramount, by the abominations and the destruction of Doctor Who and Star Trek by putting wokeness into it, right? We've seen that. This is not what that is. What Relooted is, what Relooted is a small little game that isn't harming anybody. But apparently it's become this hotbed issue for these YouTubers. I haven't seen not one black YouTuber talking about Relooted. I have seen a lot of white YouTubers talking about Relooted, Sega Man, and they're having a fucking fit over it. Oh, it's woke. Oh, it's failing. Ha, it's woke. It's failing. Oh, woke. And I'm like, why do you care? Why do you care? It's almost like whenever a game comes out that features any black people, it like triggers these white YouTubers, and it triggers these people in the comment section, and it's the craziest fucking thing. But I'm hoping that this connection stays open. Can you still hear me, Sega Man?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Let me know when you can't hear me. So Sega Man got a comment in this comment section yesterday, and the comment, I'm not going to read the whole comment, but in regards to Relooted, this little forgettable, probably fun, I haven't played it, but it's a little indie game that isn't worth all of this discourse or discussion. The comment was, the game is built on the political idea that these artifacts were stolen, that people who have very little connection to the original owners are entitled to them. And I'm just paraphrasing the comment. I'm not going to use the whole comment. So let me know if you still hear me, Sega Man.
I can still hear you, brother, loud and clear. You go ahead.
This is from Google. I did a Google search, right? It takes about 2 minutes, this thing called Google. You'd be surprised what you learn. And I just typed in.
You there? E-Rock? I can't hear you, brother.
Okay, yeah, man. This thing keeps cutting out for some reason.
Try again.
Yeah, Sega Man, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Sega Man, because I don't want to hold you up, brother. Apparently, I have this shit written down on my phone, and my phone isn't cooperating. Give me 1 second. But you know, I'm amazed that we have to like talk about this again. But I just want to do a Google search real quick on my television. Give me a second, Sega Man.
Sure, take your time.
But what did you think of our discussion yesterday, man? Did you find it enlightening? Did you enjoy it? What did you think of our discussion yesterday?
Well, I thought it was enlightening and enjoying. It just seems like every time, and I'm not saying everybody. People don't understand. We're not saying that every white content creator on YouTube are shunning what we were talking about, but you get certain ones that come in here and they want to get some kind of like some kind of notoriety. You know what I mean? And
This is a
Alexa, stop.
Take medication.
Alexa, stop. Damn, she won't stop.
My man living large. He got Alexa.
So we just want everybody to know, how we felt about the game. We were playing the game. We were just telling you how good of a game it is so far that we've been playing, giving you our experience about the game that's made by black content creators. So what's the problem? If you don't want to hear the truth, You know what I mean? Then maybe you should go somewhere else. Do your research. Before you come in here and say that it's false what we said. Do your research, because you're making yourself, when you make yourself look like that, what you do, you make yourself look like an ass, right? Because that's what he did. You're making yourself look like an ass. The artifacts were stolen. There were a lot of African artifacts that were stolen.
I got it up right here, Sega Man. I got it up
You
right
got it
here.
up? Okay,
So, so,
okay.
so that dude in the comment section said the game Relooted is operating under the premise that African art was stolen and that Africans have a right to get that art back. Right? That's his postulation. And before I get into this, Sega Man, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually have a degree in art history. I have an
Yeah.
associate degree. I know it's hard to believe, but I have letters. I know it's fucking hard to believe, but I have letters. I have letters behind my name. I am
Uh-huh.
Eric H. Colquitt, AA, in art, graphic design, and art history. I took art history for 2.5 years, and I can confirm, unless my professors and all the books I read was lying, that the Egyptian art and African art was stolen. So for those of you who are confused about the premise of the game Relooted being made up or it has no bearing on reality, this is from Google. An easy Google search: was African art stolen? And Google says yes. A significant amount of African art was taken during the colonial era, roughly 19th to 20th century, under violent or questionable circumstances, with experts estimating that over 90% of Africa's cultural heritage currently resides in European museums. Major examples include the Benin bronzes, looted by British forces in 1897, and thousands of other items stolen from across the continent, such as the Zimbabwe bird and the Bangwa queen. The key aspects of the stolen African art: colonial looting. Many artifacts were removed during the punitive expeditions and conflicts, such as the British looting of Benin City in 1897.
Mhm.
Location of artifacts. The majority of these artifacts are housed in European institutions,
Yes.
including museums in Belgium, France, Germany,
Museums.
and the UK.
Yes.
Restitution efforts. There is now a growing movement to return these items. Countries like Germany, France, and institutions like the Smithsonian have begun returning Benin bronzes to Nigerian. So here we go. Listen, it also says while some museums argue that these items are now part of a global heritage, increasing pressure from ethical reevaluations are fueling the return of these treasures to their country of origins. So, the commenter yesterday postulates that the premise of Relooted makes no sense, right? That these artifacts weren't stolen when clearly history shows, Google shows, and the books I read shows that these African artifacts were stolen.
Yes, they
So
were.
this game, which is a fictionalized account set somewhere in the future, I don't know, the 22nd century or whatever the game is in. It's in the future, I believe. This team decides to go and steal back the art that wasn't given back to Africa and return it to African museums and return it to Africa, right? So somehow, in this commenter's mind and in the minds of these out there, say Caucasian YouTubers, this shit is woke. It is factually wrong when apparently the people that made this game, the South Africa team that made this game, did their research before they made this game. They did their research. Why? Because it's too easy, Sega Man, to do a Google search and find out whether the game you made is bullshit. It's too
Right.
easy to do a Google search and find out whether or not Yakuza, the Black Samurai, was made up or whether he was real. It's too easy to do your research and find out this stuff now. To find out that a lot of Egypt's art was stolen, which is why Egypt said about 20 years ago, yo, we want our shit back. Give us our shit back. Right?
Right.
Okay, British Museum, uh, Museum of Art in University of Pennsylvania, you can keep some of this shit. We can do a cultural exchange. But for a lot of you museums, we want our shit back. So, yes, a lot of African art has been stolen. So the premise of Relooted makes sense It makes sense in a historical context. It makes sense in a current history context. In a video gaming context, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense for them to break into museums stealing shit. I mean, that's a premise that that game chose to go with, that an African team goes into these museums and reacquires that art. But I mean, we see movies all the time with motherfuckers stealing shit. The Fast and the Furious, Mission Impossible. You guys have no problem with that stuff, right? You have no problem with that stuff because those are white people in those movies. And the premise of the discussion yesterday was, again, this is a small, insignificant game made by a South African studio meant for a different audience. Why can't we have that? You could have your Elden Rings. You could have your fucking Resident Evils. You could have your God of Wars. You could have
Call of
your
Duty.
fucking the Last of Us's and Call of Duties. Why can't black people have this one fucking game? Or whoever wants to play this game and maybe learn about something. I went into the Xbox store where the game is for sale to see the comments.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of idiots giving it 1-star reviews and saying it's woke, because these are people like the guy in the comment section yesterday who like to parrot. Like they're like little birds, like parrots. What? Polly with a cracker. What? Polly with a cracker. What? This game is woke. What? This game is woke. What? This game features black people. It's woke. What? Sweet Baby Inc. What? Fucking parrots. What we don't do here on the Exile podcast or the Unlimited Truth is parrot what these other podcasts, these other YouTubers are saying. We try to do a little research because we want to know if this game is woke. We want to know that Yakuza, the Black Samurai, really exist. We want to know so we can refute the bullshit you guys are talking about. Oh, it's woke. Oh, it's a Black Samurai. Oh, they put a Black Samurai in there. And the thing about it was last year, with all that hoopla about Yakuza, the Black Samurai, well, why'd they make it black? It's DEI. Sega Man, the idiots wouldn't even do a Google search to find out that Yakuza is an actual historical samurai. It's an actual historical person. They were too lazy to do that. Like this guy in the comment section was too lazy to do a Google search and find out that yes, the African art was stolen. I didn't need to go to college to learn that. We learned that shit. I learned that shit in elementary school. Elementary school, nigga. When they was teaching us our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, we learned that the African art was stolen, right? So, it is what it is. Sega Man and myself made our video yesterday. Our video postulates that this all of this hoopla about Relooted is much to do about nothing and everything to do with the fact that it features black people in it. And it seems like whenever there's a video game with black people in it, we now have a paper trail. I stand by everything I said yesterday. We now have a paper trail going as far back as 11 years ago with Spartan Locke, when they had a fit about him. Oh, I don't want to play as a black guy in Halo. Well, why is he in here? We have a paper trail going as far back as the Gung, as far back as Flintlock, as far back as Assassin's Creed Shadow.
Briggs.
Marlo Briggs, a great game for the free. We have a paper trail on you guys now, right? And this guy closes his comments with, "Why don't you just admit, that you're racist?" And I'm like, that's a good question. Why don't you guys, who have a problem with Relooted, just admit that you're racist and move on? There's other games to play. There's other games coming out today. I'm sure you'll have plenty of little Japanese swords people to play with in video games and plenty more white protagonists to play with in video games. The game is a flop, supposedly. Relooted, great. Then let black people have this flop. Why does it fucking bother you white people so much? And if you don't like my inflection, if you don't like the way I sound, maybe I don't like your tone, Ryan Cannell. Maybe I don't like your tone, Geeks and Gamers. Maybe I don't like your tone, guy in the comment section. Maybe I don't like your tone. And apparently, when someone calls you guys out to task, oh, well, you're racist. Oh, well, well, the very insinuation The very insinuation that Relooted isn't based on historical fact, that African art was stolen, the very insinuation that Africa doesn't deserve its art back, the very insinuation that oh well, this game is a failure because it's being clowned because it's not being clowned because there's black people in it. It's being clowned because it's a corny game. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Hey, Eron, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to ban sick. I'm gonna have to ban you, bro. We're talking about something very important here, and you come in and say, "How do you guys feel about Xbox era abandoning a brand of Xbox?" Since I mean, bro, I'm gonna have to ban you, man. I don't know.
We don't
That
care
dude
about
that
dumb
came
shit like
in,
that.
the dude that came in last time. Remember Cuckoo G, whatever his name is. He changed his name. Remember I told you his name was Sick. He comes in
Yeah,
into
yeah,
our chat.
yeah.
So, brother, I'm sorry, man, but I gotta ban you, bro, because I mean we're talking about something really serious here about Black history and how we feel about Black developers in gaming, and you're gonna come in here with the same rhetoric that you come in with all kind of podcasts that you go into. You go into other podcasts spewing the same thing with Slick Slayer, the realist, and all them and Techno Blast. You go in their podcast, you come in here. So, my man, you're not a true gamer to me, so I'm gonna have to let you go, bro. So I'm gonna have to ban you, G. So you take care, brother. Take care. Good,
Well
E-Rock.
done.
Go on what you was saying, man.
Well done, man. We did this fucking console war and bullshit. Newsflash: the console war's over. It was over fucking 6 years ago. It was over 6 years ago when Xbox bought Activision and bought Bethesda. The console war's over, right? Most PlayStation gamers are waiting on Xbox games. The console war's over, right? Yeah, I know. I know. Like the dude, we're in here having a serious fucking discussion.
Yeah, right.
And these guys come here with, what do you feel about this guy? A band? Bye. Who cares? Who cares? More games for me and Sega Man to fucking play. High on Life drops in a couple of hours. More games for us to play. Who fucking cares? Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like I tell people all the time, listen, the Xbox brand is not an airport or a train station. You do not have to announce your departure. Bye. Peace out. But anyway, man, yeah, have fun wherever you're going, playing $70 for games and peace out.
Yeah,
You
peace out, bro. Peace out.
yo,
Have fun.
yo, man, love, peace, and hair grease, man. Each one teach one. But
Yep.
anyway, you know, this whole discourse about this game is, I think, it's ridiculous because it's such a fucking this small little game. It's not even a double A game. But again, these white YouTubers have made it a point of conversation. And so us as black gamers, we're not allowed to. Me and Sega Man, who are African American and been gaming since the goddamn Bronze Age and shit, since motherfucking caveman was trying to figure out how to start fire. That's how long me and Sega Man been gaming. We're not allowed to talk about black games. We're not allowed to have an opinion. But
Nope.
these white YouTubers are allowed to have an opinion on this shit. Well, it is what it is, man. Deal with it. So we just figured we needed to drop some facts today that the developers of Relooted did their research, and it may be, instead of hating on this game, y'all should do your research and kind of do a look inward and really look inward as to why are y'all hating this game? Is it really woke? Oh, they're stealing museums. They're stealing the Relooted. It is black people stealing African art back from white museums. Why does that bother you? What Ask yourself a question. Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you that somebody might play this game and discover something about African art, even in a fantastical fantasy setup that Relooted is set in? It's not set in today's reality. It's set in some futuristic fantasy, Afrofuturistic, different reality. Why? Again, I asked the same fucking question Sega Man asked yesterday. Why do you white people care? Oh, you're racist. You made because you guys made it racist. You guys made it racial, so I took it there. If you know anything about E-Rock X, I'm going to always speak my mind. I didn't know nothing about Relooted. It was not on my radar until these white content creators put it on my radar. And as a black gamer, I'm going to address this shit. I don't know if I'll play.
E-Rock, look what Andy wrote, man. That's true. He's true. That's true. I put it
What do
up.
you write? What do you write?
Prominently black creators in gaming were widely accepted for GTA San Andreas. Weren't accepted widely. Go figure. See it?
We lived in different times back then, man. We lived in. He's correct. Black character CJ was accepted in GTA San Andreas. We live in different times now, man. For some reason, don't ask me. I mean, maybe you might want to take a cultural anthropology class or something to figure out why times change so drastically. That nobody had a problem with CJ in GTA San Andreas, but
Right.
everybody had a problem with Spartan Locke in 2015. Everybody had a problem with Yasuke last year when Assassin's Creed Shadows dropped. Everybody has a problem now with Relooted. So, I mean, times changed, man. Times changed. The world changed, bruh. Since when did GTA San Andreas come out? 2004? The
Yeah.
world changed.
About,
The world made more sense back in 2004. All you got to do is turn on the news, man. We have fucking armed fucking military basically in Minneapolis, Minnesota, fucking abusing people's civil liberties under the guise of deportation, right? We got motherfuckers being shot and killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and around America under the guise of deportation. So the world don't make any sense, bro. The
yeah.
world don't make any fucking sense. You know, you want me to try to figure out to you what the fuck happened between 2016 and now? You've run the tapes. Run the tapes, bro. Run the tapes. The world doesn't make any sense. Fucking George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. The world makes no fucking sense, dude. So we're living in a different world now. We're living in a different time now where people are more open with their racism than they ever were. Yeah, everything now is a grift to tap into the anti-woke community. And Retrofusion, believe me, I've said it time and time again. There are properties out there that are woke as fuck, right? And franchises that have been ruined. Again, I bring up Doctor Who introduced a gay black Doctor Who. That franchise is ruined for me because Doctor Who used to be about clever science fiction, not about a guy's sexual orientation. Fucking Star Trek Academy, a gay fucking Klingon wearing a dress. Star Trek, which I grew up with, which was always progressive. Lieutenant Uhura, a black commander in 1966, right?
Yes.
That is a stark difference between that and 2026, where we have a openly gay black Klingon wearing a dress. That is like they're destroying these franchises for the sake of being woke. So the anti-woke community, I stand by y'all on that shit. You got me wrong, nigga. I got y'all back on that shit, man. Like, I don't want to see my entertainment destroyed. But again, why can't video gaming? There must be hundreds of video games that come out each year. I don't see why a little small black child can't have Relooted. I don't see why you can't have fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't see why a little black child can't have the gunk. If you can make this shit make sense to me, why you white content creators are so hell-bent against this small, I don't mean to be disrespectful, it's insignificant. Relooted is insignificant in the scheme of things. It's not even going to make the Game Pass top 20. If there is a top 20, it ain't going to make the Game Pass top 10, right? The reason why is because Game Pass operates on an order of magnitude of quantity and quality now. There's so many games coming in Game Pass that a game like Relooted or Resident Evil Village will slip past everybody's fucking radar because there's too many games coming out and we got to save hard drive space on these consoles. I don't see why this game Relooted, Sega Man, became such a big deal. Why these white content creators are like, oh, it's a flop, it's woke, it's Sweet Baby Inc. And it's like, why do you care? It's an original. It's an original IP. It's something that you should have forgotten about or said, well, if I'm a white person, I would look at Relooted and be like, it's not for me. It's not for me. Right, Sega Man?
And E-Rock, you know what else? You know what else, E-Rock? They said it about the what's that other game they say that about? The game that's where the Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, yes.
They say about that game, but here's what they don't understand. There's all kind of different decisions that you can make in the game. If the game says that the girl likes the other girl and it says, "Do you want to kiss the girl?" You have an option. You can say no, let's just stay friends, or if you yes, if you want them to kiss. So there's options in the game when you're playing the game. So if you don't want that your game to be that way, or you don't want to see that, I don't see it as a problem. I mean, but I mean, people, there's different lifestyles for everybody. Okay, but
Yes, there may be a gay or LGBTQ person who wants to play Life is Strange, and who the fuck
right.
am I to gatekeep them from playing a game?
Exactly. And if you and it, that's what I mean. You get choices in the games, guys. You don't have to make them do that. You don't have to make them kiss or have sex or whatever, anything like that. Okay, if that makes you uncomfortable, okay, then you have a choice not to do that. Just play the video game. You're not playing Sweet Baby Inc. Okay, you're playing the video game. Play the video game for what it is, the creativity of the game, what the game is about. You know, like everything you see in the game, like the art, the world, like everything, you get immersed in the game, man. Why are you thinking about, well, it's woke, they're this, they're that, and all that? I mean, come on, man.
Well, Sega Man, Sweet Baby Inc.'s philosophy and their wokeness is being forced on us. Nobody told you, you don't have to buy the game.
Right.
Nobody told y'all to buy Spider-Man 2, but y'all did anyway, because everybody else told you to buy Spider-Man 2. Then when you found out that Spider-Man 2 was woke as fuck, then you got mad. Because you didn't do your research. You guys never do your fucking research. And you come in here in the comment section, right? And want to come at me and come at me and Sega Man, and oh, E-Rock, you and Sega Man, this and that, and you're racist and blah, 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 blah. Because we're trying to instill common sense on you. There's 1,000 games that come in the Game Pass that come out that I don't buy, because I look at them, I say, oh, another Japanese swordsman. I'm not racist against the Japanese. That's some shit you guys started. But I know I don't want to play another fucking Souls-like. So these Souls games aren't for me. I wish somebody had to warn me about Black Myth Wukong that it was a Soul-like. In fact, Unlimited Production did. That game isn't for me. So don't buy it and don't play it. Don't buy it and don't play it.
A-Rock, some of them even got mad, and they don't want to admit it. Some of them even got mad when they seen that Miles Morales was a black Spider-Man.
Of course they did.
They got mad about that.
Of
You know what I mean?
Of course they did. Because people like the guy in the comment section, they want to come in here and say that I'm racist, but they can't swallow the fact that maybe because your voices are the loudest, that you are actually the racist. Maybe you are the racist. And heaven forbid that Sega Man and myself, who are African American, support or at least try to defend a game made by black developers. How dare you? Again, as I said yesterday, the audacity, the fucking audacity of you. Sega Man, I'm sorry. I gotta say what I gotta say.
It's okay.
I want to apologize to you ahead of time, because look, I love my white people. Okay, you know, listen, we love you, but the audacity of some of you, fucking Caucasians. Hold on. The audacity of you fucking white people to come in here and tell Sega Man and myself what we can or can't do. The fucking audacity that we can't sit here and defend a fucking game, this little ridiculous game that would have been forgotten about if you white content creators hadn't made an issue. Unlimited Production says white liberals destroying a lot of classic IPs that they don't like, and simultaneously don't like that we are the audience who like those IPs, but replacing us with their preferred audience isn't like, yo, man, it's a crazy fucking slope we're on. It's a crazy fucking slope we're on. And what's happened is, because Hollywood has destroyed Doctor Who, they've destroyed Star Wars with the Acolyte, they've destroyed Star Trek, and they're forcing all this wokeness down people's throats. It's brought their racism out to the point now where your new target is a little indie game made for fucking children. That game Relooted looks like something that Nickelodeon would make. It looks like something you would see on. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that you white content creators and you white people have gone fucking crazy. And you may not like my candor. You may not like my cadence, but these are my opinions. My opinions don't reflect how Sega Man feels. It's how I feel because I see your videos every day. I see your videos every day. I actually saw a video where this one Caucasian girl, purple hair, glasses. She's on the Geeks and Gamers podcast, or I think she's on the podcast with Nerdrotic. She's the one that said that South of Midnight was woke. And I said, "You lying bitch. We played the game. There's nothing woke about it." And see, just little shit like that. The misinformation. So Sega Man and myself on the Sega Man's channel, Sega Man, I'm not trying to be insulting.
Nope, go ahead.
Your channel's insignificant, right? We have to try to get it into the algorithm. It's an important channel because Sega Man talks about gaming, something that Crap Gamer doesn't do. He talks about gaming. But apparently, Sega Man, the reason why I said it's insignificant is because no one will pay attention to your videos unless you're hating on shit. No one will pay attention to your videos unless you say fuck PlayStation or unless you say PlayStation. If Sega Man made a video saying PlayStation is trash, he'd have 1 million hits tomorrow night. But Sega Man isn't going to do that because Sega Man is about informing the community and informing gamers talking about gaming. So that's why his channel is insignificant because Sega Man won't get in the gutter and do sensationalist titles and make sensationalist videos like, oh, Relooted is woke garbage. That's why it's failing. Instead, Sega Man wants to do a video educating you that Relooted is a game that's based on factual history. Yes, African art was stolen from Africa. So the premise of it is true, even though the game is a fantasy game. But for some reason, look, I stand by what I said yesterday. It seems like whenever there's a black character in a video game, you white content creators and you white people have a problem with it. And just because I'm calling it out doesn't mean I'm racist. Maybe if you're calling out Relooted for being woke and this and that and a sweet baby eat, maybe you're the racist because you could have ignored Relooted. It's not being forced down your throat. Xbox isn't downloading the shit onto your hard drive without your permission. None of you have bought the game or paid for it. So again, white people, why do you fucking care? Help me to understand how you white people think so that we can engage with each other better, have a dialogue, and come to some sort of happy medium. Why do you fucking care that there was a black samurai in Assassin's Creed, a game that you've been telling us for years that sucks? You hate Ubisoft. Why do you care? That's all, Sega Man. That's all.
And E-Rock,
I just had to come in here and spread some facts.
E-Rock, let me actually read. I'm going to read some of these guys in the chat. And thank you guys for coming and supporting us, man, in the chat. We really appreciate you coming and listening and coming in and hanging out with us, man. But let me read some of this stuff real quick. You know, I'm in it right now. It says ratings and reviews for the game Reloaded. We got it says this is slop. Okay, this is trash Game Pass filler. You'll hate this. Sorry, but this game doesn't check all the boxes for me. Worst game, bad and ugly. Just all this stuff that they're writing in here, about the game. A lot of 1 stars. But I'm telling you.
And if you get to the end, you get to the actual good reviews from people that actually played the game.
Right, at the end, yep.
Mm-hmm.
It says just call it a game. Stop trying to separate people. Like it just looting sim, just all this stuff, man.
And Tony, that's the thing. The gist I get from the white content creators and the guys in the comment section is it's a game that's trying to separate us. How? How is it trying to separate us?
Yeah.
How is it trying to separate us any more, I don't know, than fucking ICE is doing, or fucking the current president, or fucking any of the entertainment that's on fucking television? How is a fucking $15 video game trying to fucking separate us? How's it trying to do that? Because
I wish I knew
that African art was stolen, and in this fantastical make-believe video game, people are, it's trying to separate us. Then you don't have to play it. There's plenty of other games to play. We've heard time and time again from you gamers that gaming sucks. Current gaming, you know why it sucks? We've had this discussion before. Because you play the same shit over and over and over again. The Last of Us, fucking Elden Ring, fucking Souls likes, roguelikes, Call it, you play the same shit over and over and over again. Oh, Relooted is trying to separate us. How? Because you white people, your ancestors stole African art, and this game is bringing it to light. That's separating us. Listen, white people, I don't hold you responsible for all the shit you did in the past. I hold you responsible for your fucking ignorance and not using common sense in 2026. I don't hold you responsible for anything your ancestors did in the past. I don't hold you responsible for any of that. I do hold you accountable for 2026 and using fucking common sense to know that a little $15 video game that you don't have to play, that's in Game Pass, that you don't have to buy, that you don't have to spend $15 for, is not dividing us. Again, make your postulations and your thesis make sense, because they're not making any sense. My African American history professor used to always tell me in college, make what you're saying make sense. And before you get up here, he demanded that you have facts, or else he would chew your ass the fuck out. So again, in closing, because I got to get out of here, Sega Man has to get out. He has to get ready for work. He works an actual job. I'm semi-retired. In response to yesterday's video, Relooted the video game for $15 on Game Pass is based on facts. Sega Man and I aren't defending the game. We, as always, since we started the Exile podcast, are trying to defend common fucking sense. Oh, the game is a failure. It's a flop. It's being clowned. Great. That's fantastic. That's great. You don't have to play it. That's great. I'm probably not even going to play it because Sega Man, this is a guy who complete. He finishes games in like one day. He games faster than I ever can. He finished Keeper in like 2 days, I think, right? So it takes me a little bit longer to finish games than Sega Man. Sega Man is a lot faster than me. Maybe his synapses fire faster, but he finishes games quick. It'll take me a while to finish some of these games, but no one is forcing you to buy this fucking game. Unlimited Production says, no, racism back in the day was way more open and worse than now. I'll never say, you're absolutely right. You are 100% right, Unlimited Production. I'll walk that back if I said anything wrong. You're 100% correct. Racism back in the day was way more open and worse than now. All I was saying was that since 2016, these people have been a little bit more open with their shit. A little bit more open with, the shit that they say, right? And we've caught it. Hell, you've caught it. You've caught it in your own comment section. It's just out there. It's on. Oh, Sega Man's caught it being on Xbox Live, playing Halo. They're out in the open with it. They're comfortable with it. And it's just getting sickening as gamers that every time we have a game with a black character, they have to jump on it. And so that's why I came to the conclusion the other day with our title, Relooted, why can't black people have anything? It seems like we can't have anything. This little insignificant game is going to be forgotten about probably in a month or two, because that's just how shit works with these smaller games, unless they're classics. Why can't a little black child or an Asian child have Relooted, play it, have fun with it, learn something about, or maybe you don't want them knowing about colonialism. Maybe you don't want them knowing about slavery and the African slave trade and how African art was stolen, because it paints you in a bad light and it makes you feel bad about yourself. Get the fuck out of here. No, I don't have any regrets about anything that was said yesterday or today. I felt the need to spit some facts, to do a simple Google search that took 2 minutes about fact checking this game to see if they made up any made up bullshit, or if it was Sweet Baby Inc., or if it's trying to divide us. It's ridiculous, Sega Man.
And E-Rock, GWG with El Boogie, Lady Infamous, and all the Delilah and all them. They even said in their podcast, I think it was last week, they experienced that because they play Call of Duty and they play games like that, and they said they experienced the racism when they're on those games. And these are our black women, and they experience even the racism when they're playing those games. They hear all that stuff all the time too. So it's not just us. There's a lot of people out there has experienced racism in gaming, and it's not just us. There is Latinos that also experience racism in gaming. When they hear you talk, they know who you are. They can identify you by the way we talk, and that's when they end up calling you the ninja word. Like calling Latino people, stuff and different things like that. You know what I mean? In gaming, and Microsoft did address this at one time. They were trying to stop all this happening. Like you'll be banned if you're caught, saying the N word or different things like that. You can turn people in for different things like that because it really, you're destroying gaming by doing that. By you coming in and saying racist slurs to people that want to enjoy Halo or Call of Duty or something like that, or Gears or whatever, and everybody's playing together. Like I noticed. So let me tell you something. This is the truth, man. This is the truth. I did a little experiment. This is the truth, and this what I'm gonna tell you. In Gears of War, I was Cole, okay? And when you're playing like Horde, they would let me die. They wouldn't help me up. And when I was playing Horde, everybody was like a white character or something like that, and they would not help me up. But the next game I played, I changed my character. I changed it to Marcus's son or one of them, and it's some of the same people, and then they help me up. So they even do it like that. If they see black characters that you're playing as in the game, they don't like that too, and they won't help you. They won't help you up in the game. Like they won't help you to help with the team. You know what I mean? Like they'll let you die. They'll let those. Like I had a guy stand there and look at me on the ground. I'm like, help me up, bro. You know how Cole says, help me up, bro. And he just stand there looking at me, and he let me die. He wouldn't help me up.
They don't want to hear this shit. They want to act like everything is hunky dory. Oh, you're trying to divide us. I'm trying to do shit. Y'all doing it. Y'all the ones that's doing it. And we got paper trails and evidence of it. Y'all doing it now by going after this whole shit with Relooted is so ridiculous. To point out that this little $15 indie nobody's playing it on Steam. Of course nobody's playing it on fucking Steam. Why would they? It's not a Call of Duty. It's not a fucking a Japanese guy with a big sword. It's not fucking a Resident Evil. Why would Relooted have a big player count on Steam? Why would it? And so why would you point that out? And why would you point that out unless you just want to point out that a game featuring black people by black developers failed? And what does that say about you? And you guys in the comment section, you can hate what I'm saying all you want until the cows come home, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe recognize your behavior. Look, I'm only on this YouTube shit once a month, maybe. I don't even know when me and Sega Man did a podcast last. What the fuck, in December? Like, I'm not on this shit every day. I'm not on Twitter every day. I'm not making YouTubes every day like Geeks and Gamers and Crap Gamer and Ryan Cannell. I only made this video because y'all brought me out of fucking retirement. I saw the racist shit going on, and I had to respond to it. The fact that we got to go through this shit during Black History Month just only solidifies that these motherfuckers aren't gamers. They are who they are, right? And they talk all that mad shit. Oh, we support the developers. We support the developers. Yeah, y'all really support the developers in the comment section of that game Relooted. Yeah, y'all really supporting them. Bullshit, the fuck out of here. You support who you want to support. If it's some popular shit or some Jap crap or a game that's popular or a game that these outlets have told you is popular, that's what you want to support. You support what you choose to support, or a game that doesn't feature somebody of brown or black persuasion. And you don't like it, you don't like hearing that shit. And anybody who don't like hearing what I'm saying, you can always invite me to one of your podcasts. I don't know, leave the invite in Sega Man's comment section, but you won't, because y'all don't want any differing opinions. Y'all don't want anybody to step to y'all and call you out on your fucking bullshit. So it is what it is. But Sega Man,
hey, E-Rock, let's tell the guy, hey buddy, the comment that you wrote? We're addressing it, and if you see this little hangout and you have something to say, we can invite you and you can come in and you could talk to E-Rock about it. So if you want to man up and you want to say your thoughts, we can put you on the show, and me and you and E-Rock can have a discussion about it. So that'd be up to you though, okay? Well, I just want to come on and say how you feel.
Yeah, but we're not doing it today, motherfucker, because we got shit to do. Shit. And then talk about this bullshit forever.
Hey,
But yeah, I'd definitely be open for that. I don't give a shit. I'd be open for that. But we're not doing it the fuck today. Because these
not to,
motherfuckers, they have nothing to do with their time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
My man's here got to get to work, and I got to get dinner fixed for the family. But Sega man, I appreciate this time, man. Usually we do not do follow-ups to podcasts. We are not in the habit of answering everybody in the comment section. We stand by what we say, but we just felt we had to get the facts out there.
right.
The dude was trying to say that African art wasn't stolen. We were trying to say, oh, was it? Well, let's just do a Google check. So we had to Google check the shit. We had to Google check the shit and make sure that the African development team that made Relooted knew what they were talking about. And so lo and behold, a simple Google check confirmed that that developer knew what they were talking about. Apparently, again, it's these content creators that don't know what they're talking about. But they're quick to make a video, or they're quick to fucking doom a game to fucking, I don't know, the fucking Phantom Zone, because they don't like the color of the protagonist. And again, we're going to always bring this up, and we're going to always address it every time we fucking see it. Relooted, Yakuza, fucking the girl from the Gunk, Hazel from fucking South of Midnight, and the most famous case of this, Spartan Lock from 11 years ago. It is what it is. Y'all behavior is what it is. And as black YouTubers, we have a right to call that shit out. The
Hey,
Sega man. Yeah, go ahead, Sega.
hey, before we end, leave, somebody wrote, man, in the comment section at 11:06, how did I stumble onto this black supremacist stream? And they're laughing about it.
You stumbled upon it because you were probably looking for it. You
No,
probably typed you were probably looking for it. So like Clayton Bigsby said, are you Clayton Bigsby? Look no further, buddy. You found us. Look no further, buddy. You found us. Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Black people in America, we deal with white supremacy every motherfucking day.
Yep.
And we deal with it every day. So if you got to sit through us up in a game made by black developers for 46 minutes, tough shit. You can always go find something else to watch.
Yep.
You can always find something else. There's over 1,000,001 channels on YouTube. Probably more than that. Probably 3 million. You chose this one? Get the fuck out of here.
I figure out, how are we black supremacists?
Oh no, because we up in some black shit. We defending a fucking black made. We defending a video game made by Africans. We defending a game that's being fucking maligned for stupid reasons. So that makes us motherfucking black supremacists. Well, man, look, if that's what I am, that's what I am. Then shit. If that's what I am, that's what I am. You know what I mean? You got 1,000 channels you can go to and watch some other shit. How the fuck you think I feel every time I turn on a? Well, I don't even be looking for these fucking YouTube videos. Oh, Relooted, this woke trash. Oh, it features a black person. Oh, nobody asked for this black person. I gotta sit through you fucking crackers videos. Then you should be able to sit through this for a few minutes. So if I'm a black supremacist, then so the fuck be it. Shit. It is what it is. You can play these fucking clowns no mind. Listen, they don't like their fucking shit being thrown in their fucking face. So the next step is to call you racist and shit. We didn't start this fucking controversy. Y'all started it. But I'm not going to just sit by and not let my fucking voice be heard. Y'all started this shit. Y'all started this shit. And me and Sega Man going to fucking address it. We have a right to address it. And you have a right to fuck off and go find another YouTube channel to watch.
Yep. Go find another YouTube channel to watch, man. I mean, if you don't like us, supporting what we believe in, there's a lot of other gaming channels you can go watch.
We supported Halo 5. We supported the Gunk. We supported South of Midnight. And this little game here, Sega Man is playing it. We're going to support this shit too. It is what it is, man. Everybody that's been following me and Sega Man know how we rock out, man. You know
Yep.
how we rock out. No, you know what? Let's just have a world where everything is white. Every video game character is white. There's no black people on television. There's no black people in fucking sports. There's no black people in music. There's no black video game. That's what they want. That's what they want, right? And it's cool it's cool if you want what you want. But don't come in here saying we black supremacists because we calling y'all motherfuckers out on y'all shit. Don't come in here trying to call us black supremacists because we supporting this little fucking independent game. I didn't know this fucking game existed 4 days ago. You white content creators alerted me to this game's presence, right? I saw this in the game. Relooted. The fuck is this shit? Okay, all right, whatever, man. I'm waiting for High on Life. I've been waiting for that game for like 2 years. Y'all brought my attention to it with your videos. Oh, it's Sweet Baby Inc. Oh, it has black people in it. Nobody wanted this game. Oh, they're re-stealing black artifacts from the white man. Y'all got y'all feelings hurt about this shit. You white content creators got caught up in your feelings. You white motherfuckers in the comment section got caught up in your feelings about this shit. Because big old bad, terrible E-Rock decided to get right to the you and me of this shit, which is why I don't work for Microsoft. Because they be like, yo, we can't have you here, nigga. You get right to it. That's right. I decided to get right to the you and me of this shit. It's racism. It had nothing to do with the game is bad or whether it's good or not. The Sega Man play, most people that actually played the game said it was kind of fun. It's kind of like a platformer, right?
E-Rock, let me ask you a question real quick, and I want the audience to hear this. When you have Microsoft do a show, okay, a gaming show, when you see the gaming show and they interview different people that are developers that are developing games, they show a mixture of different people. They show people from India that are developers, show Black Americans that are developers, they show Latino Americans that are developers. If you ever watch a state of play or you watch a Nintendo show, do you ever see any other type of developers on there or show any other type of ethnicities of developers on?
All you ever see is white, German, or Japanese.
Right.
And when the Japanese come out, these motherfuckers bust a nut like fucking. They literally go just limp like, oh my god, the Japanese. Oh my god, they're on stage. He's talking. Oh, they don't even know what the fuck the motherfucker be saying. But I've seen Goff Keeley and them. These motherfuckers literally bust a nut as soon as the Japanese come on stage. It's cool. Like I said yesterday, and I stand by that. Me and Sega Man have been playing games since the fucking 80s. Okay, we've played as white characters for 46, 47, 48 years. Me and Sega Man have been playing since the goddamn Bron. Since generation 1, nigga. Since generation 1. The first generation, we've been playing video games. I am not going to fucking frown because now we're getting black characters in video games. I am not going to be like, oh man, what's this? I was happy to see Hazel in South of Midnight. She was a breath of fresh air. Okay, I enjoy video games, but every once in a while, you know, a motherfucker can't have motherfucking spaghetti and meatballs every day. One day you might want some Chinese food. One day you might want some fucking tacos. With some of these people, if it's not a Japanese character or a white character, they not having it. And if you bring that shit out in the open, these motherfuckers get upset. Unlimited Production said there's a game called Tales of Zao from 2000. I remember that. Yeah, it was. He said it was called woke at the time. See, Unlimited. I just said we have a paper trail, but I'm a black supremacist because we have a paper trail of what you motherfuckers do. We have a paper trail of what y'all do. What the fuck are you? Be mad at yourselves for being racist pieces of shit. Don't be mad at me. We have a paper trail.
They didn't even like a white lady in the one game. What's it? Not Call of Duty, the other one. They didn't like the white protagonist in that game. What's the other one called?
The hell if I know, but yeah, I see they don't like, if it's a girl, they hate that shit. It's woke. If it's a girl, it's woke.
Battlefield.
Battlefield. Yeah, if it's a girl, it's woke. These motherfuckers is crazy. And when you call them out on their craziness, they flip it back like you're the one that's crazy. It's the wild. You, E-Rock, are crazy for calling us out on our craziness. You are crazy. Oh, he's triggered. Listen, I want to let me explain something to you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about Relooted, okay? I wasn't going to buy it. I was going to try it. The fact is, you guys made me aware of this shit. and aware of your motherfucking racism. So maybe if y'all hadn't made them damn videos, I would have been quiet. I would have stayed out of this shit. But y'all was so vocal with y'all shit. Y'all was so out there with y'all shit and y'all comments and shit that I had to go do some research. I had to, oh yeah. Unlimited says, that reminds me, Halo was woke now because 343 had a black woman as a public relations manager. But yo, man, it's all the time. Oh, what they said Sarah Bond was a diversity hire. This motherfucker top executive she works for a food company as well. So she moonlighting. The bitch doing 2 goddamn jobs. The bitch getting paid. The bitch getting double paid, right? And I ain't hating on her for that. She getting double paid, right? Oh, she's a diversity hire. She's a diversity hire. Like, man, you motherfuckers just listen. Listen, second man, and on that we're gonna close our note. I'm not never gonna apologize for defending my blackness, your blackness, and again, I didn't know about Relooted. I didn't know it was by a South African studio. I didn't know who these motherfuckers were. I didn't know this game existed. This game existed until the white YouTubers made me aware that it existed. And I said, yo, hold on. So we can't have nothing? We can't have nothing as black gamers. We can't have, for a game I wasn't even going to play, we can't have nothing. No, fuck that. I'm going to speak my piece. If you don't like it, then tough shit. You can go somewhere else, find another YouTube channel. But anyway, I wanted to drop this video today. I want to thank Sega Man for being so patient with me. I wanted to drop this video to get some facts out there about Relooted because you guys are out there trying to say that Relooted is based on bullshit. The African art wasn't stolen. When we knew that back in grade school that you motherfuckers stole the African art.
Yep.
So it is what it is, man. You know, I think you guys are just mad, one, because you don't want to see black people in video games. You don't want us to have shit. Well, tough shit, man. I'm a support. I hope more. You know what I hope, Sega Man? I hope more black developers make more video games. Keep these motherfuckers angry. I hope 1,000 of them motherfuckers come out. And whether they hits or whether they bomb, the more the merrier. I'm tired of playing as Asians. I'm tired of playing as white people. And yes, when Gears of War comes out, I'll be playing as Marcus Phoenix again. Because I never saw color in a video game until y'all made it a fucking issue. Y'all made it a fucking issue, so I'm going to address it. Don't be mad at me, bro. Be mad at yourselves because y'all the ones that brought this shit to the forefront. Out of all of these games y'all could have went after. Y'all went after this little tiny ass fucking game, this insignificant game that's not even gonna make it in the Game Pass top 20. So that tells me something that either y'all motherfuckers need content really, 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 really bad, or y'all don't want to see niggas in video games at all. So if y'all don't want to see black people in video games, hey, Iron Lord Podcast, fucking Broken Games HD. Instead of fucking letting these motherfuckers talk trash about these black made video games, y'all need to be standing the fuck up and saying, whoa, wait. We've been supporting these motherfucking white developers and Asians for like decades. We can't have one black video game? No, man, that raises some flags, and motherfuckers need to start talking about it and standing up for these black developers instead of just sitting on the sidelines. I would have never knew about Relooted until you white folks, y'all started capping off. And you know, when you start capping off, you wake motherfuckers up. I was asleep. Y'all should have just let me be asleep. I would have known about this shit. But now that I'm woke, I'm going to speak on this shit. Sega Man, do your outro, man, and let's get out of here because I got to get lunch popping.
All right, man. Guys, thanks for coming and joining us again. This was a response to somebody that wanted to, comment in the comment sections about a game they basically didn't know about. They didn't try, they didn't play, but basically they just wanted to come in and say and spew toxicity and rhetoric in my comment section. And just to let you guys know, out the door, me and E-Rock and all of us that are part of the Exile and our podcast is we're not prejudiced and we're not racist. Okay, this is something that needs to be addressed. And every time Black History Month comes around, Black content creators and like myself, E-Rock and people like that, Unlimited Productions, always sometimes have to come out and defend something. Like if it's a video game or if it's something else that somebody else is doing for Black History Month, it always gets criticized.
Always. All fucking ways.
Happens every year. for Black History Month, but yet you guys want help out there, okay, when something's happening to you. But guess what black people are saying now? This is the truth. Now I gotta give you reality. They're marching right to the couch and watching TV. So you can figure out what I'm talking about when I'm talking to you like that, okay? There's no more being on the front lines for anybody anymore. Okay, because nobody's never on the front lines for us. They only need us when something's wrong. And you're seeing that right now in reality in real time. And you're going to keep seeing that. So yeah, and like I said, guys, hey, there's no racist bone in my body. So I don't know what they're talking about calling us black supremacists and stuff like that and different things, man. We're allowed to voice our opinion. It's a free country, right? Everybody
No,
can
we supposed to shut the fuck up and let them pop off. We ain't supposed to say nothing.
Yeah, we ain't supposed to say nothing, but it's a free country, land of the free, land of the brave, right? So, I mean, when we say something, though, you got a problem with it. You know what I mean? So, doesn't really sound like a free country to me every time you want to, criticize everything that Black Americans do and different things like that, even if it's gaming. I mean, how did it come down to just, you want to put this stuff in gaming, man? It's just terrible. When
Exactly.
you don't do your research. E-Rock had to read this dude the research on the game because you don't know about Black history. You don't know nothing about it. Those artifacts were stolen. They were stolen from Brits. They stole it and put them in the museums. Do your research. You guys are on Google for everything else. You guys Google watching little young Japanese girls titty bopping up and down. So if you can go search for that, and watch little schoolgirls with their dresses going up, that nasty crap that you guys Google, you can Google something that's real, that really happened, which was artifacts were stolen. African artifacts were stolen and put in museums, and it benefited them. Okay, but it didn't benefit the people that they took it from. So do your research before you come in here and you start putting stuff in my chat. Because if you don't, you're going to get fact checked. You're either going to get it checked by me, E-Rock, or Unlimited, or other crew. It's just the way it is, man. It's truth. It's facts. You can't say Google's lying. Google's not lying. You Google everything else. So Google it and see. But like I said, let me close so E-Rock can get going. If you come back, dude, later on a later time, hey, we could set up this talk if you want. If you have the kahunas to do it, you know what I mean? Come and step up. Get from under that keyboard and come and speak how you really feel with your chest. Come and talk to us, man. We'll invite you in. We'll invite you in.
We'll be cordial. We're not hostile. I come off as hostile because I have a lot of passion in me about these video games, and even for a video game that I wasn't going to play, but features black people, like again, this whole shit set off red flags. It set off red fucking flags because, like Sega Man just said, we deal with this shit. Seems like every Black History Month we deal with this shit, so we'll probably be dealing with it again next year when the next black characters in a video game.
E-Rock, it's going to happen even after Black History Month. It doesn't matter. Anything that happens when it comes to us in gaming or anything else, they always got to criticize. They always got to criticize it, man. Regardless of what it is, they always got to do that, man.
And they'll give you all this rhetoric about, oh, we were okay with Cole and Gears of War, and we were okay with fucking CJ back. That was in 2004, bitch. We talking about now in 2000. Again, we have a paper trail. We don't make this shit up. We got a paper trail. Every time there's a black character or blacks in a video game, it's woke or Sweet Baby Inc. or Miles Morales. Man, you pick a fucking subject matter. You motherfuckers is there. Then one dude said, I didn't know I was in a black supremacist podcast. Well, I didn't know every time I turned on a video about an Xbox game and everybody's hating on it. Oh, it's woke, it's Sweet Baby Inc. I didn't know I was stepping into a Klan rally. So, I mean, right. More sauce for the goose, motherfucker. Y'all don't like being called out on y'all bullshit, and somebody needs to. These fucking so-called blacks in these podcasts need to step up and say, listen, Relooted is probably a game I was never going to fucking play, but listen, let these motherfuckers from South Africa make some money. We can give all this money to these Japanese and these white developers. So let this little black studio, wherever the fuck they are, South Africa, make $100,000. They're not going to make back their production costs. They'll probably be out of business by next month. But what if you're not supporting the game or buying the game, why do you fucking care? No, what they do, Sega Man, is they put out these negative videos to try to help the game burn faster. And
Yep.
then help the game burn faster. These developers go the fuck out of business. Then they'll sit and say, well, we care about the developers. Bullshit. If anybody's saying, E-Work, well, why don't you buy Relooted? Nigga, I just bought fucking what is that shit? High on Life. I just bought fucking Keeper. What the fuck else I gotta buy, motherfucker? God damn. Do I gotta buy every game to come with the Game Pass? Man, suck my dick. No, I'm not going to. I can't afford to buy every goddamn game in Game Pass. Shit, these motherfuckers drop 100 games a week. Get out of here. You know, if you guys care about gaming the way you say you care about gaming, you would actually be gaming instead of making videos, worrying about this ridiculous little independent game that'll disappear by the end of the month. And we've already spent too much time talking about this shit. 2 days of this shit, but I felt the need I had to come get some facts out here because homie in the comment section, his facts was wrong.
And E-Rock, man, before you close, just real quick, I'm going to say this real quick so E-Rock can get out of here. And this is the truth. Not all black content creators, they will come out. They will address some things in the gaming community about black developers and games, but a lot of them, and you guys don't want to admit this, a lot of them won't because they don't want to hurt their channel.
Exactly.
Won't because they know there's a lot of white folks that watch their channel and they don't want to hurt their channel. So if they come out and say something, they're going to be afraid that they're going to lose subscribers, that they're going to lose their Patreon money and different things like that. Well, guess what? I'm Black American, black and proud. So if I lose subscribers over this, then shall be it. I'm standing up for something that I believe in. You know what I mean? So if you want to, go and make videos and pretend that this stuff doesn't happen and things like that because you want to protect your channel and make money over it, then that's fine. You can do that. But I'm a content creator that's not going to do that. I'm a real one out here. And if you don't like what I have to say, you can unsubscribe. I'm just saying how we feel about a game for Black History Month. And a lot of these content creators out here that are black are not going to do it because they're afraid that they're going to lose subscriptions and they're going to lose their money, and they won't do it. That's why they won't do it.
Facts, Sega Man. Facts. Hey, Sega Man, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for giving me this time, bro. And again, guys, we're not gonna be doing this every fucking week. When me and Sega Man make a podcast, it's final. We're not gonna spend weeks answering back comments, but there was some misinformation given out about Relooted, and I wanted to give the proper information out about that game. Sega Man, you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Yeah, man. Let's sign out, man, because I got to bounce.
Go ahead, E-Rock. Go ahead and do your outro, man, and we'll close the podcast, brother.
Hey, man, listen. This is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand, and the meanest man on YouTube. I have that name for a reason. We're not here to fucking defend Xbox or defend gaming. Again, Sega Man and myself been gaming for decades, longer than some of you been born. We out here to defend common sense, and common sense is what's missing out here. Common sense was missing, so that's what we're here for. We're here to defend common sense. You're not going to always like it. Sometimes it's not going to go down smooth like motherfucking Miller High Life. Sometimes it's going to go down hard like motherfucking old E800. But that's just how it is. That's how we bringing it, man. We going to keep it real out here on these gaming streets and try to get some common sense out there. And as always, bye-bye.
All right, guys. Peace, guys. And thank you for coming and joining me and E-Rock again to address somebody in the comment section that has something to say, about what we were talking about yesterday for Black History Month, the game. Go check out the game, guys. I'm playing it right now. It's a nice little decent game. You have to take your time in it. Once you learn the mechanics of the game, it's real easy, smooth, laid back, chill game. And I'm playing it right now. And it's actually pretty good. It's on Game Pass. So if you don't want to buy it for $15, you can support the developer also by just playing the game, man, and downloading it on Game Pass, guys. But on that note, man, me and E-Rock are going to get out of here. You guys have a good weekend. You know what I'm saying? Xbox for life, brothers. We don't die. We multiply. And remember, your boy Sega Man, what's his slogan? We're eating good over here. Peace.
We eating good over here. That's right.